for tuning in to Lead On with Love. I wanted to just give you a little bit of food for thought and maybe something to think about. Today on two occasions with two different people, we had a conversation and it kind of sparked what's going on right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about perspectives. Perspectives are a beautiful thing, and it's what makes us different. Some of us, look at things through tunnel vision. Some of us have a little bit of a wider perspective. Some of us have, a different way of seeing things. And I'm hearing in my ear here that, they're saying some of us just beat to our own drums. So here's a little bit of backstory of what happened today to understand where this is coming from. Two people that I spoke with today, and it has to do with relationships. And I'm not saying romantic or not romantic, but relationships. Someone asked for advice, and then, the whole thing shifted and took a whole completely different detour because of somebody else's perspective. And then, something else happened with someone else in relationship as well. And is not exactly sure what has happened, but has heard something from a third party and kind of said, oh, okay, hello, what's transpiring here? So they've jumped to their own conclusions without having all of the facts. I'm going to say sometimes we have to pull ourselves out of wherever we are at that current point in time. Use our own judgment, yes. Understand where we are coming from and hoping that we're, getting that point across clearly, because sometimes we don't. And that's just because sometimes we're not expressing ourselves well, or sometimes the person that's on the other end isn't hearing us. They're hearing something completely different. So make sure when you are conversing that there is clarity, that there is confirmation that this is what I've heard. Am I correct? We need to understand that we all have different perspectives and we all look at things a different way. I know for myself, I view things and see things in a far different manner than most people. People sometimes will say, oh, I never thought of it this way, or I don't think of it this way. Sometimes there are people that will just jump to the conclusion of and not, want to hear anything that you have to say. Perfect example, I had a client, I said something and they took those words and they turned it, and then I literally asked, in what part of our conversation did you hear me say that? And the person, I guess, didn't want to hear what I was saying or want to deal with whatever I was saying, because sometimes it's easier for us not to admit the truth and just said, okay, I have to go. Fine, no problem. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to step away from what it is in order to move on and move forth. But sometimes it's also a way of, hey, wait a second, I couldn't deal with it at that point in time. Let me stop for a minute and now look at it when I'm clearer and I'm calmer and I can deal with it. Well, is this what the person meant by it? Did they mean something else? Maybe I'm not sure. Let me ask for clarification. Message the person, say, hey, you know what? I wasn't ready to talk to you at that point in time. However, I just need some clarity for myself, and then just ask whatever it is that you need to ask, instead of jumping to conclusions or accusing someone wrongfully. It's just funny that you know, I picked this subject matter, and just before I was going to talk about it, something else happened. So for me, that's just confirmation that this is the absolutely right topic to talk about. I also challenge some of you. If you are thinking one way and doing things one way, I challenge you to stop for a minute and see things from a different perspective, or take yourself out of your shoes, put the other person in your shoes, and you jump into their shoes and see what it feels like and what your perception would be from the outside looking in. Because you're inside looking out. Now it's time to go from the outside looking in and see what it is. I challenge you to try looking at a different perspective with something that is going on in your life. Just try it once and see how it feels, how it fits, how does it differ from how you are. And if you are having conversations, as I said, instead of, you know, jumping to accusations, ask first, but ask clearly. Don't ask part questions and then take that and run with it. Ask for the whole complete story before you make a rash decision. And sometimes people only share bits and pieces of a story, which makes it harder for you to look at things or, you know, perceive things. So ask for clarity. If the whole story isn't there and it doesn't fit and it doesn't seem right, then ask. Say, I'm not sure, but something doesn't seem right. I need the whole story. If you don't mind sharing your backstory or a little more of it so that I can get a clearer picture, rather than us just jumping to conclusions, expecting, you know, a different outcome. Let's ask. Ask each other. Ask yourself how it feels to be in someone else's shoes. That's the most I can offer you, but I challenge you guys to just try looking at things from a different perspective. I'm hearing them tell me, try this for an entire week, and see what happens. See what happens. For those of you that are married or in relationships, flip the script. Flip it. See what it's like to put yourself in the other person's shoes and see if you're going to perceive it the same way you are perceiving it from your perspective. I'm pretty sure it will come out differently. It will vibrate in you differently. And maybe it's going to start transforming, changing. We're here to enlighten each other and help each other rise up, get us to a place of where we want to be. But we need each other in order to help that happen, move it forward, do all the things that we need to do. Just a quick message, just to see where you guys are and to maybe give you something else to ponder or try a little bit differently. So I challenge you for at least a week to see what it feels like, how it feels, and how it differs from who you are. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Lead On With Love. For those of you that like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Lead On With Love. You can follow me on my Instagram at Lead On With Love. And if you would like a private reading, you can also DM me there. And you can also email me at leadonwithlove@gmail.com for any coaching or reading requests. We'll talk to you soon. Have yourself a great week. Bye for now.